Hey everyone, we're about to tackle one of the biggest challenges for any leader right now. How do you handle your team's anxiety around AI? As artificial intelligence becomes a bigger and bigger part of our work lives, that uncertainty is real. So let's just dive right into the heart of it. I mean, it's the question, right? The one every manager is thinking about. Because as AI starts doing more of the brainy, intellectually demanding stuff, a lot of employees are feeling pretty uncertain, maybe even a little bit left out. And that's a genuine, growing concern.
And look, the scale of this thing is it's staggering. A huge study by McKinsey found that up to 375 million workers globally might have to completely switch careers by 2030, all because of automation. This isn't just a little ripple, it's a massive wave.
And you can see how that giant number translates into very personal fears. A survey from the Workforce Institute found that over a third of employees, 34%, are actively worried that AI is coming for their job. This isn't some far-off idea for them. It feels real and it feels personal. Okay, so to get our arms around this, we've broken it down into 5 parts. First, we'll talk about the AI in the room, that general uncertainty. Then we'll unpack what's really causing the fear. After that, we'll get into a 5-part empowerment playbook for you as a leader. Then we'll focus on what makes your team irreplaceable. And finally, we'll talk about how we can all build this future together. So, first up, part 1, the AI in the room. Before we can fix anything, we've just got to acknowledge this widespread unease that's out there. It's happening, and it's because this technology is moving so fast. And here's the big change, the fundamental shift. AI isn't just for the boring, repetitive stuff anymore. No, it's moving into roles that need serious brain power, work that we always thought was just for humans. And that creates this totally new kind of anxiety in the workplace, this feeling of being left on the sidelines. And that anxiety brings us right to part 2, unpacking employee fear. Because you can't solve a problem until you really truly understand what's at the root of it. So when you dig in, this fear really comes from 4 main places. First, just a basic lack of understanding of what AI actually is and what it isn't. Second, and this one's obvious, real concerns about job security. Third, feeling like you have no say in the decisions being made. And finally, not getting the training you need to keep up. That's where the problem starts. Okay, now for the good stuff, the solutions. Section 3 is what we're calling the empowerment playbook. It's a clear, actionable game plan for you as a leader to help turn all that anxiety into confidence. The playbook has 5 core moves: connect, collaborate, train, celebrate, and communicate. Simple, right? But each one is designed to directly tackle those fears we just talked about, helping you build a culture that's ready for AI and, most importantly, supportive. First up, connect. This is all about leaning into the human side of things. When you focus on team building, on open feedback, on real social bonds, you create this powerful sense of, we're all in this together. And that's the perfect antidote to the fear of being replaced by a machine. All right, next is collaborate. This is your chance to break down those silos between teams, get your tech experts in the same room as everyone else. When they work together, AI stops being this scary, mysterious thing. People start to see how it can actually help them do their jobs better, not just take their jobs away. Our third pillar is all about action. Train. Seriously, investing in good, solid training gives your people the tools and the know-how to work with AI. It's not about them versus the machine. This is what transforms that fear into real confidence and new skills. Fourth, and this is so important, celebrate. As you bring in more AI, you have to get even louder about recognizing and rewarding the stuff that is uniquely human. Creativity, empathy, critical thinking. You have to show everyone that those things are more valuable than ever. And the final play in our playbook might just be the most critical of all. Communicate. You've got to be transparent about your plans for AI and what it could mean for different roles. Honest, open, and regular communication. That's how you build trust. And trust is the #1 thing that reduces anxiety. This brings us to a really key idea in our 4th section, the irreplaceable human touch. This is all about why your people are and always will be your single greatest asset. It really comes down to this. AI is amazing at certain things. Speed, crunching data, doing the same thing over and over perfectly. But humans? We own empathy, we own creativity, we own that nuanced, critical thinking. The future isn't about one beating the other. It's about making them work together in perfect harmony. And that idea of harmony leads us perfectly into our final section, building the future together. This is where we stop seeing AI as a threat and start framing it as a shared, positive step forward for everyone. At the end of the day, this is the new mandate for leaders in the age of AI. You have to lead with empathy, be transparent, and show a real, genuine commitment to your team's well-being. If you can get that right, you'll be able to navigate this transition, and you'll do it successfully. So look, this is about way more than just managing fear. Building an AI-inclusive workplace where people actually feel empowered, that's a strategic investment. It's how you build a stronger, more adaptable, and way more innovative organization that's truly ready for whatever comes next. So we'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Now that you have the playbook, the real question is, how are you, as a leader, going to empower your team to not just get by, but to truly thrive in a world with AI? The journey starts right now.